Hi, my name is Sigma Dolins. I'm presenting Stairway to Transportation Heaven for the Young Researchers Pitch Competition 2020. Before I moved to Europe, I was really into ride sharing. I was so into ride sharing that I actually went to go work for an on-demand shared ride company in Washington, D.C. And it turned out that even in a well-educated, high-earning adult population, people really did not know how to share. Uh, they didn't know how to share a ride. They pretty much just behaved like this. It took more than 6 months for an understanding among the customers to develop a culture of ride sharing. Now, most of us know how to behave on an airplane or on a bus, but redefining a private vehicle as public space, that was incredibly challenging. And looking back, that made sense. Behavioral change is hard. Behavioral change for a whole society, that's even harder. So here's our view. Emerging forms of mobility, like electric and autonomous vehicles, can merge with ride sharing to a new evolved form of transportation. One day, electric, autonomous, connected, on demand vehicles can bring us to a magical place called transportation heaven. In transportation heaven, it's easy to get around. All vehicles are electric and autonomous. We can book any kind of ride, a bus, a scooter, a public taxi, an electric bike, all from the same app. There's better air because there's less traffic. We spend less time and money organizing our travel, and there's no question that when we go out at night, we're coming home safe. The thing is, no matter what the industry is trying to say about autonomous vehicles, we need transportation heaven to be shared. We can't talk about AVs as a desirable individual consumer product. We need to understand how to redefine for people what public transit is and could be. And that means changing how we as a society interact with mobility. That means looking at shared autonomous vehicles as a socio-technical system. So to do this, we're relying heavily on the work of Frank Gills, the researcher who developed the multi-level perspective as a tool for framing and understanding technological transitions. He's effectively our patron saint of the multi-level perspective. Ioannis and I are working on a multinational longitudinal study that will focus on cultural factors that increase or decrease willingness to share. Now, this work is part of our attempt to develop an index for understanding societal attitudes towards mobility, sharing, and autonomous vehicles. This index will be both descriptive, how do people in a community or region feel about shared on-demand mobility today, and prescriptive, what policies, services, or measures would help shape these attitudes. We call this index the Societal Readiness Index for Shared Autonomy, and it will help us to figure out a long-term strategy to go from that to that. Thank you so much for your time.